back, everybody. This is Family Time 243. We're talking about safety. This is a big one for me as a father and a husband, as a teacher and a coach. I think about trying to keep people safe a lot. It's what I consider to be my first objective in most aspects of my life. Like as a husband and a father, I want to keep my wife and my children safe. As a teacher and a coach, I want to keep all of you safe. That's the first thing I want to do. I think that's my first responsibility. And that's keeping you all safe from physical harm, but also like mental, emotional harm. So in the classroom, trying to create an environment that feels like a safe place where everybody feels like they belong and can be themselves. That's what I want. Because you can't learn if you don't feel safe. You can't do much of anything else. You can't really progress to the person you want to be if you don't feel safe. I think of that too when I'm coaching, and my first responsibility is to keep you safe. Safe from injury, safe from harm, safe from even embarrassment, trying to make sure that the experience is a positive experience for you. And that's a tough thing because I realize in all of those roles as a father, husband, teacher, coach, that I can't keep you all safe all the time. There is a part of me that would really like to do that, like with my kids and even with all of you, to like kind of lock you away, to keep you away from the bad things in life. But I know that would hurt you more. That would sort of cripple you socially, emotionally. It would stunt your growth if I were to hide you away from the challenges in the world. I don't really want that, but there's a part, like as a father, there's a part of me that just like to keep my kids away from every negative thing they're going to experience. But it's not really what I want. I want them to learn and grow and make mistakes. That's what I want from all of you. I want you to experience life. And part of life is the challenges. That's one of the things that makes it great. And you can't learn and grow and be the person you want to be without difficulty, without challenges to face. So I kind of decided a long time ago that I think the best way I can try to keep you safe is to help make you strong. At least that's what I want to do with my own kids, with all of you. And in part, I do mean physical strength. It's one of the reasons that I'm a strength coach. I think there's merit in physical strength and toughness, but more than that, it's the mental, emotional, spiritual strength, the strength of discipline, the strength to understand you're capable of growth, that you can overcome challenges. That's what I want for all of you, because you're gonna go out and face things, and I won't be there. So I want you to be able to meet your challenges eye to eye, be strong enough to do that, and be strong for other people, be strong for the people you care about in your life. So kind of what I want you to think about this week is how you can identify potentially unsafe situations, because that's a big part of you being safe when you're out there on your own, is having that situational awareness. Remember, my brother Landon, my youngest brother, is a wildland firefighter. He would talk about that a lot, that his crew, when they'd be out on these big wildland fires, they would remind each other to keep your SA up. Keep your SA up. And that meant situational awareness. Keep your situational awareness up. And for them, that was life or death. That meant when you're out on this fire, you're really paying attention. You're not getting tunnel vision and just existing in your own little bubble with your head down. You're being aware of things going on around you. That's situational awareness. And that's something that, unfortunately, I think we lose a little bit in contemporary society because it's so easy to get locked into our phones, get in our own little bubble, and get that tunnel vision and not see everything that's going on around us. So I want you to think about that. Like, how can you identify potentially unsafe situations? And you all have it harder than I did when I was your age. When I was your age, you had to really think about the physical world you were in. There wasn't this big, it was emerging a little bit when I was in high school, but you didn't have this big online space. And there was no social media space at that time where you also had to exist in there and try to figure out what was safe and what wasn't safe. And that just makes things more complicated. And I don't have a ton of great things for this video. We'll talk more about it in class, but one big thing you can do for your situational awareness is trust your gut, trust your heart. If you've got this little gut feeling that like something is off here, something's not quite right, this person is behaving in a way that feels uncomfortable to me, trust that. Trust that gut feeling. It's in there for a reason. That's programmed into us from generations of humanity of trying to keep us safe and survive. It's a survival instinct. And we need to trust that a little bit because sometimes it's easy to ignore that in our modern life. And the other thing that I can say, just the two pieces of advice that, to begin with, is trust your gut. Second thing is know your safe space. And a safe space isn't just a location. It can be, maybe it's your home. Maybe it's, hopefully, you have a safe space at school, things like that. But to me, I think a safe space and the best safe spaces can be people, right? You're like, I know with this person or with this group of people, I'm safe. I know these people are going to look out for me. They're going to have my back. I think that's a really, really important thing. If you know your safe space, you know who your trusted allies are, the people who have your back. That makes walking through life a whole lot easier when you got other people who believe in you and want what's best for you and try to look out for you and protect you. So think about those things this week. How do you identify those safe and unsafe spaces? What is your safe space, or who is your safe space? Until next time, much love.